If your parents are like my parents, then they've called you 100 times to ask, why haven't you bought a house yet?
Yeah, Mom.
We purchased our home in 1973 for $14. How hard could it be?
Why can't you simply buy 4 houses?
Yeah, homes
for $14.
I know, right?
a little pricier now,
Yeah.
but one of our listeners was given the chance of a lifetime when her parents sent her a huge sum of money to help pay for her first home.
Wow.
What a
Dream
blessing.
come true.
And while she did accept that generous gift, let's just say the money didn't go towards a mortgage.
Uh-oh.
In fact, her parents cannot find out what she actually spent it all on.
If she doesn't have a house, they're going to kind of know, Jeff.
Luckily, we can know because she's going to share what happened in a brand new mass speaker coming up at 7:10.
You don't know me.
Confession I can't take back.
I am.
The Masked Speaker.
Text to 78592 says, whenever I do self-checkout at the grocery store, I always try to scan as quickly and competently as possible, thinking that maybe the staff will be impressed and I'll get headhunted for my excellent scanning abilities.
Yes.
Sir,
Wow.
you look like management material.
You're hired.
Wait till you bag your own groceries
Yeah.
like a boss,
Now-
you know?
And I put my card away.
That's right.
Yeah, the reason I do self-checkout is because I'm ashamed about how many bottles of bourbon and Vaseline I buy every single time.
Together?
I wish I could stay anonymous at the store.
Yeah.
But the good news is we can keep you anonymous here on the mass speaker.
Put a bag over your head, Jeff.
Yeah.
I will. That way we keep your shame under wraps. And one of our listeners wants to share today anonymously. She's chosen to go by Belinda as her fake name. So Belinda, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How many tubs of Vaseline did you get in your last shopping trip?
She's like, you took my secret.
Yeah.
Well, the voice changer is on, Belinda. You are the mass speaker. Whenever you're ready, let's hear your confession.
Yeah. So my fiance and I were looking to buy a house for a while.
Oh.
And
You just said a
Yeah.
sentence that blew
I
my
know.
mind. You have a fiance, you're buying a home, so you're rich and happy. That's awesome.
Life's going
or
good
she's
for you.
just poor and frustrated. I
Yeah.
mean, it's probably
That's true.
we're just at the start of this story, so wait for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard out there, man.
I'm sure some of you know, like, the whole process is just a freaking headache, and prices are insane.
Totally. You're getting beat out by other people. Like,
Yeah, always. And we don't live, like, downtown in a big metro area or anything, but it's still just out of control.
Oh,
Yeah. Even in my little town of like 700 people where I grew up is nuts.
Really?
Still. Oh my
Houses
God.
are like $6 now.
No. Yeah.
So
Up
what,
from
are
3.
you and your fiance doing van life now?
No, we kept waiting and waiting. We're renting right now. We were waiting so long for the bubble to burst, and it just wasn't happening.
Right.
Yeah.
My dad swoops in and told me he wanted to help, and
Oh.
Wow.
yeah, it was so sweet, like super, just unexpected.
That's so kind.
And it was not small. He gifted us $48,000 to put towards the down payment.
Okay, Dad.
God.
Your dad has big dreams for you.
Alexis is ready to be adopted.
Yeah.
Take me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great, but we're still looking around. Even with that extra $40K, it still wasn't happening. Like, we'd still be just stretching our budget to the absolute limit.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, so our wedding was also coming up, and I had been cutting corners to save for that.
Of course.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now suddenly we have this extra $40K just burning a hole in my bank account. So I'm thinking, like, maybe I can just spend a little bit of it on wedding stuff,
Oh,
you know.
Oh,
No,
this
geez.
is dangerous.
Don't think that way.
You can see where this is going.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, okay, I can just upgrade our table settings a little bit, you know, add some more flowers, upgrade my wedding dress.
Oh.
The dress.
Upgrade your fiance while you're at it.
I mean, the list is getting long at
Yeah.
this point.
Uh-oh.
No, the fiance is great, but my dress, I'd, like, settled for a dress from a retail place, and I was like
Settled.
really like, oh, but this Alexander McQueen, like, I just want this dress. It's gonna make the day perfect.
Now I know why your
Okay.
dad didn't give you this money a long time ago.
Well, and now I'm just like, maybe he shouldn't have. But I hired one of those companies that does those floating lanterns that you light and they float up in the sky. You know, like hundreds of them.
Those are cool.
Oh, yeah, those are pretty
Okay.
romantic.
So we're thinking all of that might cost like an extra $5,000 to $7,000.
Mm.
You know, which isn't nothing, but it's like that I could make up
Yeah.
pretty
And I'm
quickly.
assuming the dress you got alone was more than 10K.
Yeah.
And just
Just by what you're saying.
wedding
Designer
industry
name.
people in
Yeah.
general just like to charge a lot of
Yeah.
money for
Totally,
everything.
totally.
Well, and some things it's just like piece by piece, and so all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, that now is way more than I thought it was going to be. So
No.
I was thinking it was going to be like 7K max, and it was more like $35,000.
$35,000 of the 40 grand that your dad gave you for a down payment?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I ended up using the other 5K on our honeymoon.
Oh, okay.
You don't sound upset by this.
Yeah.
It sounds like maybe Dad would expect this of
Well,
you.
how was the wedding? Was it worth
The
it?
wedding was amazing. It was so amazing, and my dad was blown away by the wedding, but obviously he doesn't know,
That he funded it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
right?
Wow.
And now he's wanting to go house shopping with me all of the time, and he has no idea that down payment went towards the wedding. So it's awkward because he wants to come with me to all these showings, and he keeps showing me listings that are in my price range. And
Awkward because you stole your dad's money, kind of.
Yeah.
yeah, so like I keep making stuff up. Like he doesn't know we're actually broke, and I keep having to come up with more and more
my
excuses
God.
as to why each house isn't right, and it sucks a lot.
Oh.
It's hard to feel bad for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
I know.
Like I'm having a hard time.
But at least you can look at your designer dress from your apartment.
Yeah.
While you're there, wear it
And
around.
You can cry in first class on your way to your honeymoon.
I'm sure you're still using those table place settings. So in your apartment.
Yeah, right. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we wedding and financially shamed you
Oh
before the
my
end of this
God.
segment. So,
No, but like, how does your fiance feel about this? Like,
Yeah.
Well, he did not have much to do with the wedding planning. So.
okay.
okay.
So he
Yeah.
lets you handle everything.
Does Dad have room in his house for when you guys need to move in? Is she crying or laughing?
Maybe.
Well, it sounds like you just need a little bit of like a scam to fall for, so you can file for bankruptcy, and then it's not
God.
on you anymore.
Oh.
Right.
Or maybe you just go see. Do they have financial therapists? I feel like they should.
Advisors, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just out of pity, Brooke's gonna Venmo you $20,000 just to make you feel a little bit better. Okay.
Just some light work.
Probably
All
not.
right.
Text in 78592 if you have a confession you've been holding on to. We'll hide your identity, mask your voice, and make you the next mass speaker. Your phone tap's coming up next.